Hello world, Gorbachev here with Kman, NFL Week 13. Let's get it. What's going on, Kman?
Nothing. Here on a Thursday night during the St. Falcons game.
How you living? How you living?
I'm living.
Me too.
Living it up.
I'm here to break down some spreads. Make some moolah.
That's great, dude. Congrats.
Let's get it.
All right, let's do it.
I'm really getting a sense of these NFL games, the way these teams are playing now. I really just have a sense, I think.
What's up? It's better than last week, huh?
I think
what do you think
followed
about last week?
I think if you followed our picks last week, we went like 7-2.
I don't think so.
The Saints lost and the Packers lost.
Well,
everything else is on point.
Cleveland. We had a good Cleveland. I like that one a lot too.
Miami, the Jaguars.
We have Miami?
Yeah.
I don't think we did.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Whatever. You can't dwell in the past. Let's get to the winner.
On.
Let's get to some winners now.
Yeah.
Thursday night, the Saints game's on right now. It's 7-0 Falcons. 5 minutes left in the first. So we're gonna move on to the Sunday games. First off, 1 o'clock, Soldier Field, Seahawks at the Bears. Yeah. What's your spread?
I had Bears -4.5 in this one.
That's my spread also. What's the actual?
3.5.
Pretty fair, I'd say.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not that surprised by it. Seattle games do tend to be close in general. Do you know if those corners are playing? That's a big deal for me.
I think they're out, right?
No, I know they got suspended, but they're appealing it, so I don't know if they're out this game.
That's huge. That's the game.
I think that's a big factor in my decision.
If they're in, they could lose by 3. If they're out, they could lose by 12.
I think that they're like a big. I need to know their situation before I even have a lean on this. I think if they're out, the Bears seem pretty. I mean, I don't know.
Is Seattle better than we think they are on the road though? Because we think they suck on the road. I mean, they not terrible on the road.
They don't get rocked on the road, but like they don't really. They seem to like lose a lot of those road games. Like even last week against Miami. They ended up losing. They seemed like they could have. They had that game kind of not in hand, but like they were looking pretty good in it, and they lost that at the end. There, they gave up a terrible drive at the end to Tannehill with like not much time left to kick game-winning field goal. So
I wasn't watching much of that game.
I mean, I saw the end. You saw the sprinklers, huh?
I saw the sprinklers. Yeah. Sprinkler gate.
Yeah.
Water gate.
Everything has to be gate at the end.
Yeah.
In football.
Everything.
Okay.
What was the Seahawks Packers one? Ref gate? What did they call it?
No, what was it?
I forgot. There was something gate.
I don't remember. Yeah, it was something gate.
I forgot.
Yeah, whatever.
Whatever. What we got next? No real lean in that game. I don't really love it. It's a pretty fair spread.
Yeah. So I mean, moving on. What do you got as your second game?
Texans in Tennessee. Against the Titans.
Yeah. I had Titans +4.5 here.
I had Titans getting 6.
Yeah, it is 6. And I mean, I think the Texans are a much better team. I'm just concerned that they played 10 quarters in the last like 2 weeks. So I'm a little bit. I don't know. They're gonna have to choke. They just must be tired.
They're due for a crappy game probably.
I mean, they just must be tired. Like they played a full overtime in that Thanksgiving, and then
coming off of a full overtime the week before.
Unbelievable. They must be. I mean, They need to slip up. They just got to be tired, you know. And they lost another linebacker. Brooks Reed's out now. They have no linebackers. They're missing at least 4 linebackers. I'm sure. It must be tough. It's gonna be a tough game for them. I could see the Titans. I don't know. I don't think I have the. I don't have the balls to really put in the Titans, but I think the Titans could cover this.
It's interesting how it's under 7. I feel like that's kind of
making people want to take the
Texans. Yeah, so maybe that's kind of a trap there, and the Titans are actually the play.
I mean, that's what we thought about Detroit against the Texans, and we were right?
Yeah, but that was off one. That was off
one overtime.
One overtime, but a short week. This is kind of like they have extended rest now because they played on Thursday, so they have 10 days of rest.
Yeah, but they also still did come off another full overtime, so they're 10 quarters in the last 2 weeks, I'd say.
Yeah, I think if you can get 6 or so, the Titans might be a good play here.
It seems
they lost.
I mean, I think the Titans are terrible, but
they lost to Jacksonville.
Trying to be unbiased here, like I think the Titans would be a pretty decent play. I don't know. I don't think I can do it though. I think the Texans are a really good team, but I just feel like they're gonna have to slip up. You know.
Their defense has gotten exposed the last couple
I mean, they're
weeks.
just losing. The linebackers are dropping like flies. It's just terrible.
And John Joseph might be out again. He's like one of the best cornerbacks in the NFL right now.
Yeah, he's pretty good. I think, did he play last week?
No.
Oh, I thought he did.
He did not.
Right.
A cool game next. AFC East matchup. Patriots in Miami against the Dolphins.
Yeah, I had Dolphins plus 7.5.
I had 6.5. Dolphins plus 6.5.
Yeah, it's 9. It's plus 9. That's a little high, I'd say.
Very high.
But like, I could see the Pats just blowing them out, or like, I just see the Pats like blowing them out. It's just way too many points, I think. But they could cover it.
I'm gonna go against you. I think that's a lot of points if it's.
9. I do think it's a lot of points. I think they could blow them out. Like I don't really have much of a lean on that.
It seems pretty inflated.
It does seem inflated, but like
the
that also
Jets,
it seems like it's
that blowout in the Meadowlands on Thursday was like 4 Jets turnovers led to like 28 points.
That was one of my favorite 5 minutes of watching football.
That was one of the worst 5 minutes.
Yeah, we seem to be on opposite sides in those situations.
But we should play that clip of the Jets getting booed into the locker room.
Oh, that was hilarious. You should check that out. They should just check that out themselves.
Disrespectful Jets fans.
Check it out. YouTube. Very entertaining. If you want to see people yelling at the Jets going into the locker room at halftime.
But yeah, this seems like way too many points. Dolphins have been playing a lot better. Like they're not a bad team, and
I don't know if
the Patriots could easily come out pretty flat here. And they're a pretty solid defense. The Dolphins.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what to think of this game because I can't ever decide if the Dolphins are legit. I can't figure it out.
It's scary to go against Brady, but 9 points in a divisional matchup at home.
Yeah,
I'd say that you got to go with the Dolphins there.
Yeah, I'm not touched. I'm just gonna lay off. I think I don't have any really initial lean on it.
Pat's line seems inflated. Next we got.
Why would they inflate it if they weren't confident?
Just
if
because
they weren't confident, the Pats would come out.
Who'd the Pats play before the Jets?
I don't even remember. They've been the last 4 games. They put up 50+ points.
Yeah, they've just been so dominant.
Yeah, but they could easily put up 50 points again.
I don't see them putting up 50 points.
They could put up 50 points. They could. It's not it's not unfathomable.
I don't see it.
All right, we'll see. We'll see on Sunday. I bet.
Oh yeah,
we're watching the game.
Jags at Bills.
I had the Bills -4 here.
Yeah, Bills -3.5. I don't want to go 4.
Yeah, I mean, we're both low on it. It's 6. That seems pretty crazy to me. The Jags are playing much better with Henny now. And Cecil Shorts is good, and Blackman now plays good football now that Henny's throwing them the ball. They don't have a running back though. They just have no running back at all.
Yeah, but aren't the Bills defense? The Bills defense is playing much better, and they play pretty well at home actually. They get pumped up for it.
The Jags are off a win. It seems a little bit high to me, but
cold weather for the Jags to come up to Buffalo in late November.
What did the Bills do last week?
The Bills, I think they lost the Colts, but the week before that they beat the Dolphins at home.
So I think there's kind of I was saying they kind of had an outside shot at the wild card. I mean that Colts loss was huge because now the Colts are way ahead of them, and I mean I don't even know if they're playing for it. I don't think the Bills have a shot anymore after that loss. The Jags could cover that. I think it could be a close game. I don't know how confident I am about that, but it seems a little bit high to me. We both thought it was kind of high.
I would trust the Bills' defense to pretty much shut down the Jags. I don't see them scoring more than 10 points here, 10 to 14.
Why?
I just think the Bills' defense looks
a lot better now.
The Bills' defense at home is going to stick them up, but
have they played well at home? I haven't really.
The Bills can win this 21-10. I see. It is 6. It's kind of a lot of points. I thought it would be around 3 or 4.
Yeah, we both thought it was a little. We should have thought it'd been a little lower. So
I can't take the Jags though. I can't take the Jags on the road. unless they're getting closer to double digits, to be honest.
Sunk cost bias.
Not even sunk cost bias.
The Jags just killed you in one of those games, I remember.
I'm just sick of taking these bad teams. When I take a team, I actually see some potential.
I'm telling you, I mean, the Jags are not a good team, but they're better than they were now that they have Chad Henne running that offense.
Yeah, but even still, I don't know.
Yeah, okay.
It's just not really.
Moving on. It's too bad a game to talk about that much. Let's go on to the next.
All right. Cool dome versus dome team. Colts against the Lions in Detroit.
Yeah. I had the Lions -3 in this one.
I had Lions -1.5.
Yeah, we were both way low. It's 5, and I mean, I guess the Colts on the road aren't that great, but that seems a little high to me, don't you think?
Definitely seems high, but last time I thought the Colts spread was too high was against the Patriots, and they, you know what happened in that game. But
yeah, I mean, I guess I kind of see it because the Colts aren't a great road team, and the Lions coming off long rest, a long week, also.
And a horrible loss.
Yeah, I mean, that was terrible with the challenge.
They could just lay a spank down on the Colts. Do they even have a shot at the playoffs right now, the Lions?
I don't know. What's their record? I don't even know.
Yeah, I don't know either. But the thing's dead.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I kind of, it seems low to me, but I feel like the Lions are probably like a smarter.
A better coach team.
I'm not even saying that. I mean, Colts have been. Let's see if they do some crazy Chuck Pagano speech before the game. Then I'll take the Colts.
Because the Colts are very much alive in the playoff race, but.
Well, yeah, are they? I think they have one in a while.
You said it was 5, right? Right in the Vegas zone.
Yeah, it is. It's a weird number. I don't know. I haven't I don't really have great initial. I don't have many initial leads on these so far. At least it seems. I don't know.
I would lean the Colts here, but...
Yeah, I mean, initially it seems like that, but the Lions have a long week, bad loss, probably going to be angry about that.
They do play pretty well at home.
Yeah. I mean... Yeah, I think the Lions are pretty much out of the playoffs. They're 4-7. So, they're pretty much done. So, they're not playing for much either. Colts are definitely playing for more in this game. It seems a little high. I guess the Colts seem pretty okay there. But yeah. I don't know how bad the Colts are on the road. Do you have any idea? I feel like, haven't they historically, in the last few, last year, they didn't win a road game, I know. I mean, they were terrible last year, though.
Did they win a game last year?
Yeah, they eked out.
They won a game?
They won 2 games?
I think they won one in the game.
I thought they won 2. But yeah, they lost by 20 in Chicago, first game, then lost by a lot to the Jets, which is not very impressive.
Yeah.
Then overtime in Tennessee and won in Jacksonville. So, and then got rocked in New England, but that's kind of not that surprising.
So they could get rocked.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just avoid it. Lay off. Let's move on.
Gun to my head, I'll take the Colts getting the points, but there's better games.
Gotta look into it a little bit more.
All right, Cam at Panthers at the Chiefs.
My favorite team to just go against nonstop.
So I'm going to think you probably have a pretty high number here.
No, I actually was right on with it. I had Chiefs +3, just because I know that Vegas, they always do, if they're at home, they always, lower the Chiefs number a little bit, even though they just lose every game regardless.
How do you have the Chiefs +3? I have them +6.
It's +3, I was right on.
Yeah, how would you guess 3?
I don't know. I just...
Why would you, of all people, would probably guess 8?
First of all, I love the Panthers in this game. You obviously knew I'd love that. I thought that Vegas, whenever the Chiefs are at home, the number's always much lower than it should be. And I don't really get why, but...
Because usually Arrowhead's a really tough place to play. But usually.
Yeah, but they still do it this year, which is why I've gotten accustomed to it. I got it right, but I still love the Panthers.
Their defense is playing better.
The Panthers are not that bad a team, though. The Panthers aren't that bad a team. They're really not that terrible.
They let Bryce Brown literally run all over them.
Yeah, I guess Jamal Charles should have a field day then. I guess it could be... The Chiefs should not win a game the rest of this year. And I hate the Chiefs more than anyone. I still like the Panthers. There's not... Initially, definitely... 3 points, definitely like the Panthers there. So that seems pretty.
Yeah, I mean, I like the Panthers too. If I thought the line was 6 and they're only giving 3.
Yeah.
Like I said last week, the Cam was gonna go out there because the last game they had on prime time was the Giants game before the Eagles game to prove something, and he played a hell of a game.
He definitely looked good early. I kind of got bored of how awful the game was, but
yeah, I didn't really watch much of it either. I just saw the stats, but yeah, the Panthers really should take care of the Chiefs. But
I mean, I really don't.
The Chiefs always have that random home game where they play really well, like last year against the Packers.
Yeah, I mean, I guess they already had a crazy game. They beat the Saints somehow this year. I don't know.
That was in New Orleans.
It's even crazier. New Orleans is supposed to be one of the hardest places to play.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think the Chiefs should win. Like, they're not going to win a game the rest of the year. They have nothing to play for but the first pick. There's nothing else for them to play for. They're cleaning house, new quarterback, new coach, everything's gone. They have nothing to play for but the pick. I guess people are playing for their jobs. But like Charles, like the people know they're keeping their jobs, like are just going to play because they're good football players. But like, they shouldn't win a game the rest of the year. I just really don't think they will.
It's a sketchy spread, 3. Very sketchy.
I mean, that's what I thought it would be. I don't know. I like the Panthers, but that's what I guessed. Yeah. So next game we got here is Vikings at Packers in Lambeau. What do you think about? What do you got on that?
I have Packers -8.
You had 8. I had 8.5. It's 9.5. It does seem a little high for a divisional game, like you always say, but
seems high. But I like the Packers.
I mean, is another Percy playing? That's a big deal also in this game. They have 2 playmakers on that team, and if
Green Bay's defense has gone to crap.
Well, they're missing a lot of their players. Matthews is out again. He already got ruled out, and Woodson's still out. So they're still missing a lot of their leaders.
Well, I think I like the over more than.
Well, we don't have number, but like an initial.
Yeah. I think I looked. It was like 47 or 48.
That's kind of low. I think that could go.
The Packers scoring 10 points.
Yeah, they should go off in this, but they need to go off because the Vikings don't score that many points.
That was that was a terrible beat. Last week I said I liked the over on the Packers game, and it was 49. I think a 49.5 I got it at, and the Packers put up 10 points, one of the biggest shockers ever, and the total ended at 48.
That was bad, I remember. I remember the line moved so much towards every single human being was on the Packers, and I'm just looking at it like, this is too crazy a game, and I laid off the game, even though I picked the Packers, but, yeah, so I got the pick wrong, but didn't lose anything, which is good for me. I'm happy about that. And I also liked the over, and I laid off.
They should annihilate the Vikings, but with their Jennings is back too, I think.
Yeah, I think he is too. I think you're right. Oh, they announced that Benson's not coming back this year. Not that really affected this game.
But yeah, he doesn't.
I mean, he was eligible to come back. They need a running back. He would have been a huge.
Starks.
He's terrible. Their running game is terrible.
I know.
And Benson was doing well for them, so like it is a big deal for them. But he wasn't going to play this week anyways. I don't think so. It didn't really matter for this game. That's what I was saying. But yeah, I mean, it is a pretty high line. What was it, 9.5? Yeah, I want to see if Harvin's playing. That's a pretty big deal for me, I'd say. Next game is 49ers at Rams.
I have Rams. This is a rematch from the tie a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
I have Rams +6.
I had Rams +6.5, and it's 7. So
pretty on.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. The Niners should be pissed that they didn't get the win there. I mean, they actually should have lost that game.
So
honestly.
The Rams should be pissed that they didn't get the win.
No, but like the Niners are playing for something, so like they should be pissed that. Like, they're at home at that game. Like, that's kind of an embarrassment that they didn't. You have
to think about it from the Rams' perspective, though, too. Like, they're playing for something, too. Jeff Fisher's playing for his, like, first season in St. Louis. Yeah, but like, I don't think he's getting fired
yet. They're going to stick with him.
He's not playing. He's not literally coaching for his job, but he obviously wants to do as good a job as he can. And if he can tie the 49ers and beat them in the same year, that's such a good
Okay, but, like, the Niners are definitely... The Niners are playing for... home field and a bye throughout, so like they got a lot to play for, and
they're laying 7 points on the road.
They looked great last week. I mean, the Niners are a much better team, and you never know what Rams team is going to show up, which is why it's tough to bet on Rams games at all, because they have like those Niners games where they somehow tie on the road against one of the best teams in the NFC. and then they show up and just get rocked by the Jets.
Kaepernick's really good. I'm not saying he's bad, but he's still a rookie, and you saw the Rams eat up Lindley last week.
Yeah, but that's not even. You can't compare.
I know you can't compare them, but it seems kind of high. I would say.
I think the Niners could blow them out. I'm not. I mean, it is a little high. I'd probably maybe buy it to 6.5 and take it. I think the Niners will win by a touchdown or more. I think that's pretty safe thing.
It's 7, not 7.5 right now.
It's 7.
I don't know. I kind of like the Rams at home here.
Yeah, I guess we're. I'm not like die gung ho on this, but I do kind of like the Niners. It's an initial thought there. Niners. If you buy it 6.5, I definitely think it's pretty solid. Last game of the ones here, we got the Ryan Lindley led Cardinals at the Mark Sanchez running into his own lineman and fumbling the ball and returning it for a touchdown, and then kicking off and fumbling that for a touchdown.
This might be could be the game of the week.
Game of the year.
Or the Browns Raiders game. Which one?
Let's get to that later. We're not up to that.
It's one of the two.
I like the Browns. They're fun, but we'll get to that in a little. Yeah, so I had Jets -3. I mean, they're at home, so like I just gave them the typical -3 because
it's not really a home game though. I think Jets fans are boycotting
it's more of a road game.
The stadium, so there's not going to be many fans there. Yeah. It's not really a home
you know, it'd
game.
be awesome. Maybe they'll black it out, and I don't have to ever watch any of it.
That won't happen.
That would be awesome.
That would be kind of cool. I would like to see. It'll be on Fox too, because the NFC Cardinals.
Yeah.
I'd like to watch the Rams game or the Panthers game.
What?
If they blacked out the Jets.
You're saying put something else in?
That'd be hilarious. So I have the Jets -3 because Lindley is just god awful.
Yeah, we both had that. We were both kind of off. It's -4.5, and I think that's kind of high for the Jets. But I mean, they should.
I like the Jets here because I know how they play, and this is like the game at home. They're just gonna come out really fucking pissed off, and just devour Lindley. They're gonna.
Yeah, Lindley.
Like what the Rams did to him last week is gonna be nothing to what Crow and Kyle Wilson are gonna just do to this kid, and their defense. They're just having a terrible season. It's like one of the games they just play.
Take their anger out.
Yeah. And they could win like 31-7.
Yeah, I can see it too. I just don't feel comfortable.
And you know, no one would dare put any money on the Jets -4.5. So.
But but think about it. Who would put money on the Cardinals with a rookie quarterback who sucks? Like, there's nothing about the Cardinals.
This is pretty much a game
of defenses.
It's just like a game you would bet if you were just a big degenerate.
There's no reason to. They're good. There's some pretty good ones.
These are two really bad teams.
They're good 1:00 games. Why would you just waste your time even watching this game, let alone betting on it?
It's just going to be two bad teams, but the Jets are more rock solid on defense.
I mean, the Cards have a pretty solid defense. I mean, these two teams are pretty similar. The Cards have, I guess, a worse quarterback.
You can't tell me you trust Lindley over Sanchez.
I don't trust Lindley over Sanchez. I just think it's hilarious that the Jets won't even give Tebow the ball ever. It's just funny, and I hate Tebow, so I kind of enjoy it. But I don't even want to talk about this game anymore. So, what do you think the best?
So we both think the Jets will smack them.
I think the Jets could, but I'm not touching any of this game, and I don't really even want to take a lean on it at all. What do you think the best one is? The best 1:00 game.
I like the Colts Lions game would be good. The Pats Dolphins game I think will be a close game.
It could be a close game, but it could be. I mean, I don't see. Obviously, the Dolphins shouldn't blow them out, but
Seattle and Chicago is a good game too.
Yeah, it is. I mean, the Pats won't get blown out, but because they just score too much. So I mean, it's either a Pats blowout or a close game that could. I mean, that's kind of obvious, but I don't know. I don't think that's one of the best games. I think the Niners Rams could even be a good game, but I think
it'll be a good game.
I think the Seahawks Bears could be a pretty good game. Really good defensive battle too.
Yeah. I agree.
If they have the cornerbacks. Moving on to the fours. Two of these games don't even have lines, but
my Bucks.
But yeah, Bucks at Broncos. We'll go with the ones that do.
I had Broncos -7.
Yeah, I had the same thing, and it's -8.
Wow.
It seems a little high. I love the Broncos as a team, but that does seem a little high. The Bucs are playing great. What reason to over a touchdown?
Because the Broncos are at home and their defense is playing outstanding.
I know. I just think this game's gonna be close, like kind of close. I can see the Broncos winning, but it's still a lot of points.
It's got to go with the Josh Freeman and Bucs.
Yeah, I mean the Bucs are playing great right now, and they need this game. The Broncos don't need it, but I guess the Bucs need this game more than the Broncos, right? After they lost last week, right?
The Broncos?
No.
The Bucs lost by 1. Yeah.
So they kind of need this game. They're on the cusp of the playoffs.
Rough loss for them.
Yeah, that was tough. I like the Bucs. It should be a close game. The Bucs don't. I haven't seen them get blown out really, but I guess this could be a game they get blown out if they're going to get blown out this year.
Yeah, I don't know. The Bucs defense could they swarm Manning and just make him screw up a little bit?
Or the Bucs is the Bucs defense that good?
Mannings's kind of due for a bad
I mean, the
game,
Bucs defense have a good run defense just because their pass defense is terrible. It's not the only reason, but it's so easy to pass even when they have the worst. I think they have the worst ranked pass defense. So Manning should pick them apart, and he's one of those quarterbacks that you can't. If you're a bad pass defense, he could just annihilate you.
They already got picked apart by Manning this year against the Giants. He threw for 500 yards against them.
I mean, they have a terrible pass defense and a good run D, but I think the only reason their run D is the best is because they just dump it off to the running back from a passing play, and he has a lot of catches. The
Broncos have covered way too many spreads. They can't cover this one too, I think.
Yeah, and I definitely
8.5 is so high.
It's 8, but I think the Bucs are. I lean Bucs in this, but I don't like it's scary. I get scared betting against the Broncos and Peyton, especially at home. That's a scary thing to do. So it's a tough game.
I think Shiano's gonna have a good game plan for this. Probably run a lot and try to take time off the clock, keep Manning off the field. Something crazy. I think this could be a close game too.
Yeah. So that's we both lean Bucs a little bit here, but it's a tough game. We'll
What's next? Steelers Ravens.
Yeah.
There's no spread out, right?
Spread on this because we don't know if they said less than a 50% chance that Big Ben plays, but he could play because he is a kind of a freak of nature.
I put a line on this at 5.5
with Big Ben out.
Ben out, yeah.
5.5 seems low with Ben out to me. I had 8 with Ben out.
8?
Yeah, I mean, what? Look, did you see Charlie Badge last game? They had 8 turnovers.
Still a close divisional game with Steelers have a good defense.
I know, but the Ravens
The Ravens are going to lose that game in San Diego if they didn't get a miraculous 4th and 30.
Okay, but they're coming back. They're a great home team. They're at home in here, which is a huge deal. That's why I made it a lot higher there.
Division rival, yeah.
I don't know. Without Big Ben on the road against the Ravens, who are a great home team, I just thought it would be over a touchdown. I really did. But
so
we have no idea.
If Big Ben plays, then what would you have it at? 3?
3, yeah.
You think Big Ben is worth 5 points?
Yeah.
Spread?
4.5, 5 points.
That's a ton.
Did you see Charlie Badge play? I didn't
really watch much of the game.
He literally couldn't do anything. There's nothing he could do at all.
But I don't think any player in football is worth 5 points.
I could disagree with that. And I think Big Ben is one of the most important players for his team. I think he's a huge deal for that team. So, I mean, I think you can put
Didn't they just play the other week with Byron Leftwich and they lost by 3?
Yeah, but that was at home.
And that was Leftwich.
And it was Leftwich, they're both terrible, but I think he's a little less terrible. We'll see what develops over the week, but I could see a touchdown.
So if it comes out and it's anything under 7, would you take the Ravens?
Probably, yes. And Big Ben doesn't play. I think I would. So yeah, we'll see what happens a little later in the week, and we'll get back to that.
Bengals, Chargers.
Yeah.
What'd you have this?
I'd pick them.
Pick them?
Yeah, I just looked at this game for a while and I'm just I don't know. This just it seems should be right around a toss up here.
The Bengals been hot.
I know, but they're on the
really
road
hot.
and the Chargers. I mean, they're blowing these games, but they could have won at home against the Ravens and the Ravens.
Just because how well I could see the Chargers winning this, but just because how well the Bengals are playing, I had the Chargers as a 1.5 underdogs. I think there'll be a lot of money coming in on the Bengals, and I do think it's one of the games the Chargers will probably step up and win. I can see it.
You think the Chargers will win this one?
They could win this one.
It's +1, so we're right in the ballpark there. The Bengals are playing great, but they are going on the road. This is kind of like a fishy kind of game.
I still think the Chargers defense is pretty underrated.
I
think Dalton might have a bad game.
He could. He definitely could. I don't like this game. I don't know what else to say. I just don't like the game.
Point and a half.
It's tough because the Bengals are obviously playing better, but they're on the road here against the Chargers, who are just a huge disappointment this year. What do they have to play for, the Chargers? Their pride, I guess. But, like, Phillip Rivers is the kind of quarterback that once he's out of it, he'll just, like, shut down and, like, be, like, that a prick. Like, he's like a douche. I really no other word to describe Phillip Rivers.
You don't like Rivers.
Look, have you seen Phillip Rivers is an asshole. Did you see the play? There's like 15 seconds left in the game, and they're at their like on 20 down. It's a 1-score game, and it's almost over though. But he gets sacked with 15 seconds left, and he just walks off the field. He doesn't even try to run a play to like try to make like a hit, like a crazy thing. Like, he just gives up. Like he's that kind of quarterback. That really defines his character to me. That really explains like the kind of person he is.
I guess I wouldn't like to take them then.
I don't like him. I don't think he's like a quarterback where I'd be like, yes, I have Phillip Rivers playing. I'm happy about it. Like, go, yes. Like, he's been so overhyped. Everyone's like talking about him being elite like last year or 2 years ago, and he just never came up to that. And I don't think he's great. So, I guess gun to my head here, Bengals, but I don't really like it. I think the Chargers could win this at home easily.
Bengals, a real toss-up game.
Yeah, that's why I said pick 'em. I thought it was a toss-up. Last game of the fours here, we got Browns at Raiders, the other game of the century here.
Yes. Love the Browns.
I do too. I really love the Browns as a team, though.
How big of a favorite did you make them?
Not that much. I had Browns -1.5 here.
Me too.
Yeah, we don't know what it is, though, so...
Well,
I can imagine...
Whedon's questionable, you said?
No, I think he's practicing now, so he's in. I don't know why the line's not up here. It's not up on like any of the sites I was looking at.
Raiders in the black hole. Marcel Reese starting again.
Did you see they released Rolando McClain?
They did?
Yeah.
No way.
And he was I forgot who was the pick after him, but it was someone really good. Oh, C.J. Spiller, I think.
In the draft?
Yeah. They were just showing a list of like, yeah, I don't know.
Wow, the Bama linebacker gets cut.
I mean, it's like their defense can't be any better with him out, or cutting him, like what? How's that going to help their day? Their defense sucks as it is. How is cutting? I guess he's playing terrible, but how could their backup be better than him?
Maybe he's better.
We'll see. I mean,
who is the backup?
T. Rich should have a field day with them.
Do you know
He's
who
great.
the backup is?
Oh, T. Rich would have been going against his teammate for Rolando McClain.
Yeah.
No, I have no idea who they're going to play. I honestly, if it's a pick'em or like a 1.5, I'd take Browns here. Under 3, I'd probably take Browns.
Dude, the Browns in the black hole, though.
I don't care. They're not that bad a team. You know what's funny? They had 8 turnovers and they barely won that game. So that's a little bit discouraging.
The Browns, yeah.
Against Pittsburgh. But Pittsburgh's a good team.
You can't take the Browns on the road here.
I can take the Browns on the road. If it's around to pick 'em, I like the Browns. I don't love them, but I like them. Initially, I have to look a little bit more into it, but the Browns are not terrible. And their defense is solid.
You really have to be a big degenerate to take this game, too.
Yeah. I mean, it's a 4 o'clock game. There's nothing great at 4. We don't know the situation with the Ravens game yet, but I guess we could do something with that.
Let's go with the nightcaps.
Yeah, Sunday night.
Yeah.
All right.
NFC Classic division.
Yeah, this is a rematch from 2 weeks ago. And that was when they had Vic, the Eagles at Cowgirls.
What's with the scheduling this year that all these divisional games
two games apart?
Yeah,
it's really weird.
I've seen that. It's kind of annoying.
I've noticed that a lot also. It's just weird.
Steelers, Ravens, this game.
I know later in the year...
Niners, Rams, Vikings, Packers, like they're all playing
I know later in the year
other.
the Colts, Texans play 2 weeks before the end in the last week, so they're...
yeah, why did they do that this year?
Sorry.
It's weird.
Yeah, they did that with a lot of games. I don't know why, and I don't know how I feel about it. I'd rather more a little spread apart, so it's not like... See, like, Big Ben's going to miss both those Ravens games, and those are a huge deal. If they were spread apart more, he wouldn't have missed both of them. Yeah, I don't know what they're doing with that, but it's just... What do you think about this game here?
I had the Cowboys -7.
Yeah. I had 7.5. It's 10.5. I don't really get...
Man,
I guess the Eagles
no love for Nick Foles at all.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the Eagles are really bad, but that's really high for a divisional game. And a team that's not even playing well this year, the Cowboys.
You know what's funny? At home, before last week, the Eagles opened as a 3-point favorite with Foles starting against the Panthers. Remember?
Oh yeah, well that's
now
what they ruled. But the problem was they also ruled McCoy out, which dropped that moves. McCoy moved that line 6 points by himself, It was 2.5, and it went to 3. 3.5. 3.5. So LaShawn McCoy moved that line.
Oh, Vic wasn't questionable.
Well, Vic was already out, and then LaShawn McCoy got ruled out, and that line flipped a lot.
So we had it. What did you have again?
I had 7.5.
I had 7, and it's actually what? It's actually 10.
10.5.
It's a lot of points.
I don't trust the Eagles to bet on them, but that is a lot. I can't take the Cowboys there for sure. I just don't trust them.
It comes down to how can Bob Ryan stop? Can he just dominate Nick Foles?
I mean, he could, but like, what about Bryce Brown? He looked pretty good. What are your thoughts on him?
Yeah, he looked good.
Do you think he could run on them? That would, if he could run on them, I could see him being under 10.5. But I couldn't. I don't even think I could touch this game. It's just too. The Eagles are just a ridiculous team right now.
They're really hopeless. They like dropped 7 in a row.
This is how you know they're terrible. It's 10.5, double digits, and the Cowboys just lost. Got embarrassed by RG3 like last week. They have a long week to prepare. Also, that's another thing.
Yeah, they got embarrassed by them.
Yeah, embarrassed at home. Like they need to smack the Eagles here, but I don't
Statement
trust it.
game.
It's too big a line to touch.
Statement game. I bet Jerry Jones ripped the whole team a new one.
Yeah,
which is probably why this line's so high.
You know what's really funny? Did you see, I saw this on TV that Dallas Cowboy fans are petitioning the president to get Jerry Jones kicked out of the Dallas organization.
Wait, I thought he is the president.
No, they're petitioning the president of the United States.
Oh, Barack Obama.
Yes.
To get
Jones Jerry Jones. They're citing emotional duress and pain and suffering.
Are you serious?
Yes, it was really funny because they're saying it's funny. It was one of the funnier things I saw, and apparently if you get 25,000 signatures in a week, they're supposed to respond to it. The president is supposed to respond to the petition.
Wow,
it's just really funny. That's a really funny side story I saw.
I wonder what Barack's gonna say.
I don't know if he won't. I don't think he has to, but you're supposed to.
I don't think
it's so dumb. He's probably not gonna. He doesn't care. He doesn't care. And it's business. He's not touching any of that. Yeah. So I mean, if you have to degen on this game, go with a total or something. This is just too crazy a game. I'd say. The Cowboys should smack him, but that's a lot of points. And I don't really trust it.
Nick Foles over picks prop?
Seems pretty. He didn't have one last week.
What's Obama get? What if Obama bet on the game? Then he would probably do something about it.
Shut up. Yeah, let's move on. Let's get past that game, please. Last game, Monday Nighter. Very fun Monday night game.
Yeah, this could be one of the better games of the season.
I really am looking forward to this game. So I'm just gonna probably skip over that Sunday game and just wait for Monday.
What is your spread? Do you have?
I had +2.5 Washington against the Giants. Washington at home.
I had +1.5 Washington.
Yeah, it's moving around. I think it opened at 2.5 and it's down to around 1. So but there's juice on it. So I mean, it's right around
around
2. Yeah, it's around 2 right now.
The Giants looked amazing last week, right? I didn't really watch much of the game, but I just
I mean they just dominated a great team. But
right?
that was after they just had a 4 or 5 awful.
That was off the bye too.
Yeah.
I was kind of weird why you liked the Packers even though the Giants were off the bye and you love the bye.
I know, but I don't know. I don't know.
I think Washington at home is gonna get the revenge here. I probably like the Redskins.
I don't know.
They blew. Remember they blew that game.
80-yard pass to Cruz after they just took the lead in the last 2 minutes. I mean.
I think it's going to be wild at FedEx Field. It's going to be a great game.
I can't wait to see this game. I don't really know what I think initially. I can't wait to see RG3 on Monday night against that's a great game. I'm happy about that. But no really lean right off the bat. I'll probably find something to do eventually on Monday.
I like the Redskins there.
I guess home dogs is pretty good there. The Giants still need to if the Redskins win this game, could they take that division? They'll be 1 game back, right?
The Redskins?
Do you think the Redskins can make the playoffs? That'd be fun. I would love to see RG3 as a
awesome.
6 seed. That'd be great. I would love to watch that. So I guess I kind of hope the Redskins win this game.
They'll make it a fight for this NFC East.
Oh, this game should be a really really close game. I mean, I could be wrong, but it just seemed. I feel like they always play it close, and now they're both really good teams. So it should be a fun close game, not one of those boring, terrible ones.
Yeah, I think it'll be a good game. I think the Redskins will pull it out. To be honest.
What
do you think? So public soccer teaser of the week. Broncos, Texans, or Pats, Texans.
Yeah, I mean, I think I don't know. The Texans should win, but like I don't like that.
There's a lot of them. Packers, Pats.
Yeah, you think one of those like home dogs will just like win outright, like big home dogs?
Titans, maybe. The Dolphins.
Rams. What about the Niners? I don't know. There are a few. I don't have any initial teasers I really thought of or liked.
You know, the Broncos are going to be in most teasers. The Broncos minus
they
one
could
at
lose.
home.
I mean, the Broncos could lose that game. They're going to lose again. I think they have a pretty easy schedule. They get the Chiefs again now. So I mean, they could if they're going to lose a game this year. Like this could be it, even though they're at home.
I think a pretty safe.
I don't know. I want to see this Ravens situation develop. I mean, we can't really comment on it. Like we'll see I don't know what's going to happen. But if Big Ben doesn't play, I mean, if you can get the Ravens to win, you don't think they'll win that game? I guess it could be close.
The Ravens should definitely.
They're a very good home team. Also, they're very good at home.
The Ravens should absolutely win that game.
Yeah. So I mean, that could be in a teaser. I don't know if that line's going to be, but if it's like 6-7, that's great teaser. It's like perfect for a teaser.
Yeah, the Ravens I like.
So I could do a Ravens.
I think the Panthers I like, and I like the Dolphins. I think if it's 9, it's a lot of points.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't put the Patriots in a teaser. I think it could be a real close game, and you'd still be like minus 2 or 3 with the teaser. Yeah, I mean, I agree. I had the Panthers, and I like the Ravens, and the Browns. The Ravens more, but we don't really know the situations of those games yet, so I can't really comment too much on them. And I could throw the Ravens in a teaser with one of these teams, I guess, but not too many initial lanes here. And then I could do you know what I like? You know what I like?
What?
Ravens. I like the Niners to win. I really think they'll win. Like it's a big game for them. Like for the 1 seed for like a bye, it's a big game for them.
It's not a great slate of games this week.
It really isn't great. Besides that Monday night game's great, but like there's no on Sunday. I'm not salivating over any of these matchups too much.
Yeah, the Packers over maybe, and the Packers with the rebound from the Meadowlands meltdown.
You think they smack the Vikings? They could be in a teaser pretty much. I think that's a pretty safe thing. They need to win at home.
At home, yeah, I think that's safe.
So teams to tease this week. We could do Packers seem pretty safe, and
the Ravens.
If Big Ben's out, that's a pretty good teaser, I'd say. So we could possibly do that. And I like I could do the Niners and Panthers by themselves, by that half point for the Niners. And I'd say that's really all I got initially right now.
Good shit.
Yeah.
Wrap it up.
Yeah.
Kman all day. Kman and Gorbachev. We'll see you next week. What are you doing this weekend?
I am watching football.
Huh? Bama, Georgia.
Oh yeah, a lot of good college too.
Another time, people. Another time.
Same shit, different toilet.
Same shit, different toilet.
See y'all next week.
Kman, Gorbachev. Ow.